Hey guys, Seymour Better here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and I want to do something a little different tonight. Really good feel-good story. My wife and I bought a painting from a guy. Let's start with that. His name is Raymond Klassen, spelled Raymond Klassen. You can follow him at raymondklassen.com. And of course, well, that might be the email. I'm sorry. His website is www.raymondklassen.com. He's an artist. He's a musician. Let me give you a little background on how we met. My wife and I, starting in 2010, have been going to Acadia National Park the second weekend of October. It's Columbus Day weekend. It's peak colors season up there. We've been going for 10 years. We cannot get enough of it. This is the first year we actually went twice. We decided once a year in October is not enough, so we went in May. I decided twice a year is not enough. We got to go again 3 times a year, but I was too late getting tickets for August, and it's just too expensive to go for a long weekend, so maybe next year. But my wife and I, we always go up to Cadillac Mountain to watch the sunset. It's one of the first places in the U.S. you can watch the sunrise and the sunset in the U.S. You on top of Cadillac Mountain, you face east and you can watch the sunrise. You turn around and face southwest, you can watch the sunset. But in 2012, there was a government shutdown. And I'm not here to talk politics, but it forced us to, we could not get into the national park. We had to find other places to go to. Now, one of the ones we went while we were there is Bass Harbor Lighthouse. Very popular now. If anyone follows anything about Acadia National Park on Instagram, you'll see a million pictures of that at sunset. It's worth that. We also discovered Seal Cove, but someone else told us we were out hiking, and since we couldn't get to our normal trails that we love to do, we were driving along Route 3 and we saw some cars pulled over on the side of the road, so we decided to check it out, hoping they would know something. And there was a couple who said that try this path, go down the bridge, walk down the hillside where the bridge is at, and there's this brook, beautiful stream. You can follow that. That's called Hunter's Path, I believe. Now, when it crosses over the road and keeps going, empties out into the sea, it's called Hunter's Beach. And we went down there. It's about half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile hike through the balsam trees, which, by the way, one of my favorite smells. Now, I'm in North Carolina. We have the Fraser fir that grow in our mountains for Christmas trees, and it does smell nice. But after being in North Carolina my whole life, smelling balsam trees, to me that smells even better. That old saying, if you eat saltines your whole life and someone hands you a Ritz, you're going to think that's a really good cracker. That's what I thought about the balsam trees. But you walk through a grove, you walk through these bridges, it's beautiful. We get down there and we watched the sunset from there one time. So this just past trip, this May, we decided to go back down on that trail, and we haven't been on there since 2012. We get down there, we're literally the only ones there, but then I hear a little bit something to the side. I look over to where the stream carries out into the ocean. I just saw a head over a ridge. There was a guy sitting there. Turns out it was Ray. He was doing some drawing, he was doing some painting, he was doing some photography. Now, my wife calls it being nosy. I call it being curious. I went over there to talk to him to see, well, actually, I just wanted to see what he was doing. I always admire art. And I struck up a conversation with him. He was very approachable, very nice guy, didn't know me from Adam, took the time to talk to me. A lot of people don't like to show their art while it's a work in progress. He didn't mind. He's just a very open guy, easy to talk to. And he showed me the painting he was working on. There was some connection. I knew there was something special about this guy. So I asked him if he sells any of his art, and he said yes. I said, I want to buy the picture that you are painting. And I'm following him on Instagram. And of course, it's Raymond Klassen Art. And this is the painting that he was doing there. He hadn't filled in the colors just yet. He actually took a still picture with his GoPro so he could come back later and fill it in. But by the way, this guy plays dobro for a band called High Valley, country music band. And he was just up there at Prince Edward Island. That's his guitar. Look at that crowd he's playing to. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. That's one of the pictures where he was out there hiking at one of the fields there. I wish I was there to see the lupines. I did not get that. But It shows different pictures, some of his paintings he was working on at different places. Him on a boulder at one of the great places. Now this is in New Hampshire, I believe. Him wrestling an alligator, another great painting. He's been all over the U.S. painting. He's been all over the U.S. playing music. You guys check out his music. In fact, if it's okay, I'm going to go back to his homepage. He has a new album coming out. Let's get back to this. Called Outsider. I encourage you guys to go out, get it, listen to it. I think you'll enjoy it as much as I have. I'm going to go back to his bio. And if it's okay with him, I'm going to play a little bit of music as I unbox the painting that I've done. I've got to turn up the volume. I always keep my...
President Obama's transition.
Hang on. How did I get to Steve Harvey? Let's back up. There we go. Hopefully it's okay. He'll let me play that. And of course, that's him driving through a state park. I believe it's Washington State. But let's go ahead and unbox what he has mailed me. Very well packaged. He knows what he's doing. He has done this before. Good protection on all sides. I'm going to save this when I ship glasses, the bubble wrap. Of course, always recycle. Got my recycling down here. I'm all about some recycling. Got to leave the planet for a little nicer place than how you found it. And now, he has it labeled on the back, Hunter's Beach, Raymond Klassen. It's signed by the artist. That is it. That's where we're at. The cliffside with the balsam trees. The stream from left to right empties out into the ocean. He signed it 2019. That's really nice beech wood. Actually, I think that could be bird's eye maple. I'm not sure. Either beech or maple. Already set up where I can hang it on the wall. I should put it here. Somewhere here. Although I should take it home and share it with my wife. It'd be selfish of me to keep it here. But the nice thing is, back in 2012, I was really upset that we couldn't get to the places that we love so much in Acadia National Park. We found this place. We decided to go back this spring, made a connection with this guy, and it's just when we walked, my wife and I walked away feeling really good. And that's the lesson in life, that 7 years later, we returned back to a place and met a really great guy who's destined for a lot of great things to happen to him. Really humble guy with a lot of talent. And again, you've been listening to his music. Check out his artwork. He sells from his website. He'll do custom pieces for you. And you know, it's one of those lessons in life is, don't worry about how life turns out. It always turns out for the best. 7 years later, we were able to make a connection. And my wife and I can hang this in our home and know that anytime you feel life does you wrong, and that's back when I was working 51 weeks out of the year. I was building my company up. I was still working, managing a place during the daytime, 40 hours a week, working 40 to 50 hours to build my business up. And I was exhausted. I only take 1 week a year off to go to the park, and here it was, the park was shut down because the government that only works a few months out of the year didn't even want to work that. So, but again, don't worry how life turns out. It turns out for the best. And because he plays dobro for a band called High Valley who does some spiritual music, one more thing I wanted to share. I'm starting to make my own eyewear. I'm attaching a cross to some frames. I'm actually going to start working with designers. I'm coming out with my own line of Christian eyewear, and that's what it's going to be called. There's going to be a cross and or a lamb on the frames. This was my first attempt. I'm having someone who should have been calling me a little bit earlier, who's making another cross about half the size in surgical stainless steel that I'm going to mount both vertically and horizontally. Hopefully for the people who listen to High Valley, they might be interested in this. Raymond might be able to pass this along to some of his people to know that there's going to be Christian eyewear. I'm going to personally cut the lenses for each one, and we'll see where that goes. But I'd like to just express myself that way. I can't express myself in art or music the way Ray can, but we all do our own little part. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Again, I strongly encourage you both to listen to Raymond Klassen, the artist. Look at his paintings. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, all the possible places that he is out there. And if you need to, I have his email. If someone needs to reach out to him, contact me and I'll put you in touch with him. Thanks again for watching. And now everyone's got a chance to see not only that I bring that loving feeling back to glasses, but I bring that loving feeling back to artistic merit. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot, Raymond, and I can't wait till our paths cross again.